What's up, guys? Welcome back to the JP with L channel. And today I have a very special guest with me. I have my guy, Rudy Reed, here with me. We are doing a very special WrestleMania 40 podcast episode. World Wide Wrestling, all that good stuff, whatever you want to call it. But today we're talking about the whole WrestleMania 40 match card. It is about 5, 6 days away from the time you will be seeing this video. So obviously a lot of big matches. I think that WrestleMania this year is definitely one of the more hyped WrestleManias that has been. I mean, obviously last year was great. We got to go live in person and experience it, but I think this year definitely has a lot more to offer. And Rudy, how are you feeling so far about WrestleMania this season?
I've been watching the build up for the past 2 months already. I feel this is gonna be really good. 40 years of this historic event. That's in
Yeah, it had to go
39.
big for 40.
Yeah, they have to go to those four X's, 40 straight years of WrestleMania. The 2K game was based on that. And I think this is a good moment for that to show. With Triple H fully hands on it now. No McMahon family involved. I think this could be something crazy.
I agree. I agree. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on the screen the match card. We're just gonna go left to right. So going in order, first off, we have the Universal Championship match, obviously between Cody and Roman. And I feel like obviously the night one main event of the tag team match is really gonna lead up into
Yeah,
how
we should talk
this
about
is
the
gonna
tag team
go.
match first. Yeah, with the
Yeah, I'll
tag
talk
match,
about the tag match. Yeah.
that's on the tag match. I think wherever this leads to, at the city got a over time notice for this event. So it's supposed to end at 8, but the city wasn't firm that it'll go overtime. So I don't know what that could lead to
Yeah,
now.
no, night one has an extra hour, so that's gonna be
I
crazy.
work on an extra hour, so I don't know what this could mean. I think it's gonna go somewhere between I don't. No one even knows. It's crazy to think that Rock is finally wrestling after how many years? Um, it's a crazy thought that wow, I never thought I'd see Rock wrestle again. But it's just crazy to see that finally happening, and we'll be there to see it. On TV. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
no, exactly.
Yeah,
So my thoughts about the tag team match, I feel like obviously it makes sense because Rock, it's been over a decade since he's been in the ring. Also, I mean, I feel like for him to have a singles match to come back would be kind of difficult.
yeah,
And it makes sense for, to give Seth something else to do. Obviously, that's very big for him. I think that, oh, the Cody Crybabies, oh, the blah, blah,
yeah.
I really like the way that The Rock has become the final boss in this build up to WrestleMania. Even though some of the promo parts has been a little cringy, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I feel like nostalgia made it seem like it was a lot better back then.
Comic
I mean, yeah,
stuff.
some of the stuff has been fun, but like some of the other things have been a little cringe. But I think overall he's done a great job, and I think that obviously the match has. I think it's probably one of, if not the biggest main events that we'll ever see in WrestleMania history in terms of star power, in terms of how much fans are looking up forward to this because obviously it has so much implications for night two. Because obviously if Rock and Roman win, Bloodline rules, and it's going to be Cody versus the world, right? And then if Cody and Seth were to win, I think Rock and Roman are going to win. But let's say
Yeah, I think they need to.
Cody and
They
Seth
need
wins.
this win. They need this win. If Rock comes back after his past 2 3 movies haven't done well, Black Adam didn't hit. Fast 9 didn't really hit. Or Fast X
Yeah,
was it? Didn't really
yeah.
hit.
All the
So
movies been kind of mid lately. Yeah.
he needs a win.
I
Not
agree.
like
I think Rock and Roman
this.
definitely need a win.
This needs a win because him being a COO of TKO Sporting Entertainment or TKO Sports.
Yeah, now that he's a board member, yeah, I think
Board
definitely he
member,
needs a win.
TKO, and I think Rock does. Drain loves wrestling. I mean, people don't like to admit it. He loves wrestling.
Like you said, wrestling is cool. Wrestling is cool again. I agree. I think
Yeah, yeah,
wrestling is in the best place it's been in over a decade or so. I mean, obviously, Vince McMahon had a lot of influence on why I feel like a lot of people stepped back from WWE, took a break. I'll admit I took a break from watching wrestling because I really wasn't a fan for a while. I feel like even AEW. I mean, obviously, thank you to them for giving the WWE competition because now the WWE has to be better. It's like AEW is a great alternative for people who don't want to watch PG wrestling. I think that they're building stars, they're building a lot of things over there, but I think that now that Triple H is under the helm, the Renaissance era is what they're calling it right now. I really think that we're in a great time of wrestling. Wrestling is finally cool again. There's a lot of celebrities, there's stars, there's action. Everything that you want, I think, is right now in terms of WWE. This is the best time to be a wrestling
Yeah,
fan. It's right
yeah.
now. There's no better time to come and join the club than now, I think, in my opinion.
I think people are scared to be like, oh, this side, W side, AEW side.
Yeah.
Well, nothing
Hmm.
coming up. Wrestlemania coming up. I mean Dynasty, AEW Dynasty coming. I think in 2 weeks as well. The week after Wrestlemania. As
Yeah.
it's a cool time to be a wrestling fan, whether you don't like the indie stuff that AEW provides, or you like the
Hmm.
more sports entertainment side that they provide. There's just, there's both cup of teas and they're both delicious. Um,
Yeah, I
yeah,
agree.
yeah,
There's something for everybody. I agree. I think there's something for everybody, and obviously, this main event is, like I said, is definitely one of the biggest, if not the biggest of all times in terms of star power and what it's going to deliver. I think Cody finishes the story, but I mean, if it's bloodline rules, somebody's going to have to help Cody. It can't just be Cody
I
versus the
think
world. I don't know.
like people bring up Infinity War and Endgame. WrestleMania 39 was Infinity War, and
Yeah,
WrestleMania 40 will be Endgame. Like how much
this is
Endgame is
Endgame.
Endgame? Yeah, like is
The
this
Rock is the final boss with the.
the
He's gonna
snap
snap
of
his fingers night one, and then night two is gonna be how do they fix it and save the world and get it all back together and somehow finish the story. Obviously,
like
the
how
odds
did
are gonna be stacked against Cody, but I think it's gonna be a great night. In general, it's gonna be great. Both
yeah,
matches will be great for sure.
yeah.
All right, so moving on to night two, the second match. I guess the second match we'll talk about. Third match, Io Sky versus Bailey. I feel like this match has really been underrated just because of the build up for Rock and Roman versus Seth and Cody taking up so much time on SmackDown. I feel like there hasn't been enough. There hadn't been enough, at least until recently. Now that they announced the 6 women tag match, and they were saying that this honestly should have been a night one main event, and I would have agreed if the tag team match wasn't happening. But now that it is, I think that Bailey and Io obviously are going to be overshadowed because of that. But I think Bailey finally getting a title match at WrestleMania is, I think it's great for her. I think it's been well overdue. And I mean, Io Sky and her, I think definitely could put on a great match. Bailey, I think personally, of course, is going to take it home and finally become a champion again. It's been a while since she's had a run with the title, and I think that overall they should definitely deliver. What do you think?
Same thing. Bailey needs this win. People say, "Oh, where's the storyline in this?" Diamond Control's been rocking since for 3 years now.
And they've lost so many matches though. It's like I
They
don't know,
lost,
like how are they really credible? Like until recently, like now that Io
yeah.
won the title and then they have the
It's
tag titles
interesting
now, but
story, right? Yeah, yeah. It's just
yeah,
interesting
like
story. Yeah, I know the build up for Bailey and the Diamond Controls have been building since like the beginning of the year, since
mhm.
like November of last year. Yeah, when they
Yeah,
got these at the Rumble, right? As well. Yeah, I think this is something important for Bailey. I think it'll mean a lot for Bailey too to win this because she's been like out of the loop for a while. And I think Bailey needs this win more than at the same time.
I agree. Um Okay, next match. Seth. Sami Zayn versus Gunther. Honestly, I feel like this is just gonna be a
Yeah, easy
cakewalk.
peasy. Yeah, it needs to be.
Cakewalk.
Yeah, we've done this.
Nothing changes here. If
They've done
I'm
this
being honest,
before.
nothing changes here.
They've done this before. And Sammy got squashed within 4 minutes. I remember watching
Yeah.
that. So I don't. This match has no credibility. I noticed you see pet talks from Chad Gable talking to Sammy. You know, you can't win. You can't win this. I think that's
Yep.
true. You can't win this. At the same time, like it just if Sammy beats Gunter, then okay, then what? I
Yeah.
mean, Sammy could
Then
feud with
what?
Chad, but at the same time, like, okay, that feud's over. Then what? With
Yeah, exactly.
Hunter,
I feel like for Sammy, I just feel bad, dude. It's like
he's still
he
gonna
was
spend
so
it.
hot last year going into 39 and obviously having that big match at Chamber with Roman. And then, obviously winning the tag titles with KO at WrestleMania obviously was a big deal for him. And I think that did a lot of great things. But I feel like lately now he kind of fizzled out. I don't know. I feel like he was super hot and then it's just not. Like I really like Sami Zayn. I think, he's
Yeah,
a fan
I was,
favorite and I really like Sammy. I've always liked Sammy. I just feel bad that, there's just a lot of we have so many stars. Like we have a lot of guys at the main event. It's like he had to kind of go down a little bit down the pegging order. But I think obviously if he were to win the IC belt, it's not going to happen. But I'm saying in theory, let's say if he were to win the title, yeah, maybe you have a Gable heel turn, him finally leaving Alpha Academy, just being total, total break your ankle, going crazy kind of thing with him. I think that would be great for Gable. I think Gable needs a singles push. And I feel like maybe if he needs to leave Alpha Academy to do so, then he should, stop being taken so much as a comedic guy and get taken a lot more seriously. But I think, yeah, I feel like Sammy kind of got just overshadowed by how many people are in the WWE now that they've brought in, Punk, Jade Cargill. We have all these other stars that are finally getting pushed to the moon. Logan Paul, obviously bringing in a lot of people too, as well to the WWE universe. I think just Sammy's gotten overshadowed, I feel like. And obviously it sucks, but I mean, hey, he's still around. I think he's still a great competitor, great wrestler. I'm a fan of him. I just don't think that he has what it takes. I don't think Gunther walks out without the title this year.
yeah, I think, yeah. There's a lot of possibilities that Sami wins the title, then what? But I could think of 15 million things for Gunther to do with the belt. At the same time,
Yeah, I
more than
agree.
Sami. You
It's
have
like
to,
Sammy has him versus Gable, but then what? Exactly, I agree.
yeah. But there's Gunther, then there's Andre Dragunov, then there's, Chad Gable again, then there's Sheamus, then there's, like different things that Gunther could do, that million other things he could do more than Sami can.
I agree. I agree. Oh, going into the next match, we have the World Heavyweight Championship for Drew McIntyre and Seth freaking Rollins. And I want you to talk about this one first. I want to hear what you have to say about this match first.
Drew needs to destroy him. Drew needs to rip him to shreds. Drew needs to crush him within 5 minutes. Drew needs to kick his head off. If Drew does not do this, if Steph could have a little, fight back, but if Drew didn't kick
Yeah,
his head off, right, claymore him and pin him, then all credibility for McIntyre off the window. No one will ever, ever take Drew McIntyre seriously again.
yeah.
Broken, hurt back, right, from Steph Rollins.
Her back, messed up knee,
Messed
everything.
up
Yeah.
knee, hurt back, fighting Rock and Roman Reigns in night one.
Night one. Yeah.
Doing this. And if Steph Rollins survives this, if Steph Rollins somehow beats Drew McIntyre, then all that could be from McIntyre off the window. There's no better sign and go somewhere else because then all that credibility, all that seriousness of him, off the window. No point. No point at all.
I agree. I completely agree, man. I know we talked about it, off camera already before this. That's why I really wanted to hear what you had to say first, man. But yeah, I think Drew 100% needs to win. There's no way he can walk out without the title with him being as as great of a heel work he's done now with the trolling and the TikToks and the shirts and like everything he's done lately has been so great. And it's like, yeah, Drew's had chances after chances after chances, Clash at the Castle. He's already fought Seth twice and lost to him already. But obviously now it's a lot different with him, coming off injury, especially having night one match too before this world heavyweight title. And yeah, Seth obviously is going to be cleared and he might not be 100%, but like wrestlers say, they always have lingering injuries and stuff going on. And I think for sure Drew needs to win this more than anything. He's finally going to get the championship in front of the fans. I think for sure he needs this more than anything. If not, then he loses all credibility. And we can't have another Drew push if he loses this, man. I
Yeah.
swear. I don't think anybody will be behind it if he loses on night two. I 100% agree. Wow. Transitioning now to the triple threat, and I think a lot of people are kind of mad that LA Knight isn't in this match, but I'm really liking his feud with AJ. But we have Logan versus Randy and KO, and honestly, I think this could be. I think Logan walks out with the title now that we
I
know that
think he does.
SummerSlam is being in Cleveland. But
Yeah,
I think KO and Randy are gonna get the most out of Logan, and I think they could honestly steal the show. I think this could be a
yeah.
great
I'm
match.
probably a sleeper for sure. Um, yeah. I wonder what special interest Logan will have this year.
Oh, true.
Logan always gets the cool entrances, so I wonder what he plans for this year. Um, I think Logan walks out again, and for SummerSlam, right? SummerSlam's in Cleveland, and I think Logan, because Logan said this is his goal now. This is what he wants to do. He doesn't
This
care
is what
about
he's doing
boxing
full time.
anymore.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about boxing anymore. This is what he wants to do. So if this is what he wants to do, go full time. I know he wrestled one time on SmackDown. One time on SmackDown. I think Logan should just, go for it. Go full time. Wrestle matches. Do some dream matches. For
Yeah.
Logan. Yeah, give me Logan versus Cedric Alexander. Hell, give me Logan versus the Adonis.
We'll take Logan versus Cena.
I'll take Logan versus Cena as
I'll take
well.
Logan versus Cena.
Yeah,
The baby face versus the Ultimate Heel. I'm down.
but I'm just saying, like for SmackDown, there's a lot of people. He could even feud with Grayson Waller and like
In theory, I know they could have
yeah,
something.
like a triple threat match with them. That would have been
Or him
interesting.
and Dominic should tag team. Maybe I don't know. That would be
Yeah,
cool too. I liked how they were hinting at that before.
but like just like that. Logan, if Logan wants to do this full time, like he's been saying on his Impossible podcast and stuff like that, go full time, brother. Go do all the way. I think that's what. I think Logan thinks full time is like wrestling more often, but full time for the Grandy and the KO wrestling. I know he's been there frequently leading up to WrestleMania.
Yeah, he's been around.
After
He's been
WrestleMania,
around.
he retains. He's gonna show up at SmackDown probably. But what about wrestling again? What about wrestling on SmackDowns?
When is his next match gonna be? I agree. It's like we have. I
It's
know
August.
Backlash is gonna be in Paris, right?
Oh, yeah,
And
Bash Berlin. I think.
yeah,
Yeah. For
we have
Berlin.
Backlash, and then I know we have Bash in Berlin coming up. So there's a couple other PLEs that he could show up at.
Yeah. Actually,
I
you
don't
hold
know
me
who.
there.
I think maybe him and Randy get a one on one, depending on how this goes. Maybe Randy gets screwed out of the win or something because Logan. I think
I think
overall, I think
KSI.
this.
I think KSI will have something to do with it as well. I think KSI,
Yeah,
wants to get more
well, he
involved.
might get revenge on Randy, so maybe that'll push him over the edge, kind of thing. To get maybe he'll get a one on one with Logan too. That'll be like the next PLE.
Yeah.
If anything. But I think overall, Logan walks out with the title. If I'm predicting, I think Logan walks out with the
Yeah.
title. He's going to hold it till SummerSlam, but I agree. I think he should have some dream matches, continue to build up his, resume in terms of guys he's been able to go against. He's already gone against Roman, Rey Mysterio, KO. So he's gone up against credible and obviously superstar, Hall of Fame, future Hall of Famers and current Hall of Famer too. But I think Logan walks out with the title. Definitely, definitely. And then, yeah, like we were talking about earlier, look, it's a 6 women tag match. We have Naomi, Bianca, and Jade versus the Damage Control.
Oh,
And I think we're going to get a lot of great moments. I
yeah.
think, obviously,
Yeah.
Damage Control will probably lose both matches that they're going to be a part of this year.
Yeah. I think so too.
but but I
Yeah.
think hopefully we see more out of Jade. Hopefully, Jade gets some big spots because obviously they've used her sporadically, and they were waiting for her to finally get built up and arrive at the Royal Rumble. And now she's had like I think she had her first match on SmackDown, which was really good, and she's showing great signs. So I think that obviously it was good that they took the time with her, give her some story, and give her some momentum going into WrestleMania. And I think it should be a great match. I'm excited to see what Jay, Naomi, and them have to bring to the table.
Yeah. I
And
think it's because I saw Jade. I don't know, people ask, where's Jade Cargill? Where's Jade Cargill? And I think after this, I think it's time for her, money in the bank. I think is also a big thing for Jade to do as well. So I think this could lead to something cool as well for the coming 6, 7 months of the rest of the year.
I agree. I completely agree. I think yeah, obviously the sky's the limit for where Jade can go and how far they can push her.
Yeah,
Um, only time will tell. Only time will tell.
yeah, yeah.
Now this is the match I think I'm probably the most excited for outside of Cody finishing the story. We got Jay versus Jimmy Uso. Yay, yay, yay! I think
Yeah.
as much as my heart wants Jimmy to lose, I think Jimmy needs to win.
Jimmy
I
does. I think without, I love Jay. I love Jimmy. Um, I did this. Jimmy needs this more. Jimmy needs this 10 times, 100 times more, millions times more than Jay
yeah.
does. Jay got the IC title shot. Jay got the undisputed title shot.
It's twice,
Multiple.
or yeah, he's already fought Roman for the title too. Like back in the pandemic too, he's already
Yeah,
had
after the
chances.
pandemic. You know, like yeah, and Jay got the tag team titles with Cody. Um, I think this is what's important because Jimmy got no wins. Jimmy has been kind of the fall guy,
Jimmy's been
right?
down in the dumps. Yeah, he's been taking
He's been
L's.
kind of the fall guy for the bloodline in the past, yeah, since Royal Rumble, right? Um, so yeah, I think this is what needs to happen. Jimmy needs this win. Jimmy does need this win.
Jimmy needs to win. It's gonna be a great match. I think that we honestly might see some interference, but I think Solo might get involved. He might choose a side. Maybe that'll lead to a triple threat. I think that would be interesting too to have in the future. All three brothers going at it. I think that would definitely be sick.
It'll be really
But
interesting.
but I think Jimmy does walk out with the win, 100%. Much as
Yeah,
I don't want him to, I think he does. Ooh, and then we have Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch for the women's title. And with obviously Becky and Seth contracts up in the air, I don't see Rhea walking out the title. I think they definitely can have a great match. And I think even if Becky and Seth need some time off, just to spend some time with their kid, this and that, like obviously like it's understandable. They've already given us so much like great memories and great matches and stuff. So I'm okay with them, taking a little hiatus. Even I mean, hey, if they want to go somewhere else, and hey, all power to them. But I think for sure Rhea, is continuing her shine as a single star, and I think that obviously she needs a win over someone like Becky because she hasn't really had any big feuds outside of Charlotte. I think her versus Nia Jax was good, and I feel like she's had some good matches, but it's been against people that are like, oh, not as credible as Charlotte or Becky Lynch, because obviously Becky and Charlotte are like the top tier of females that we have in the WWE right now. And I think next for Rhea would have to be somebody like Bianca Belair in order to kind of top that. Those are like the top three like females that you have to beat in order to be up there. And I think that Rhea winning this match would give her a lot more credibility as a champion. I feel like she needs to win like this. I think that she needs a win more than anything when it
yeah,
comes to this match.
yeah. I think that too. I think Rhea needs this more than Becky does. I think Becky's okay with taking the fall for it as well. I hope Becky will be okay with it. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping. We are getting this job and continuing whatever with the bloodline, the bloodline, they kind of like going separate ways, right? Yeah, I think that's something to look into as well, build up to. And we are losing the title, we're retaining it, while Judgment Day loses their stuff. I think will be interesting too. So yeah,
I agree. I think obviously Judgment Day is going to have their hands full as well at WrestleMania, so probably won't be able to be in Rhea's corner. Um, and then LA Knight versus AJ Styles, also a big match that I was talking about earlier as well. And people are upset that he's not in the U.S. title picture. But I think he's going to take the belt off of Logan at SummerSlam, if I'm predicting the future, hindsight. But I think LA Knight versus AJ Styles, I think they've had a great build up. I think that, both of them, having something to prove and continue to try to grow and just continue to show like, hey, I still got it. I feel like AJ has kind of been, put under the radar also just because of injuries and how much time he had to take off because of that. And I think that now that he's back, he has a lot to prove. I think he has a chip on his shoulder. I think that he really wants to try to build up his image. I mean, because obviously over almost a decade ago, I think when he came to WWE, he was at the top of everybody's radar in terms of free agents and everything. He was the guy, and obviously him beating John Cena, having big feuds and all this stuff, being champion. I think those days might be over for him in WWE, but I think that he still has a lot to offer. And I think that LA Knight to get a win over AJ would definitely give him even more credibility. And I think even though LA Knight probably won't become WWE champion anytime soon, I think that a win like this for him can put him in the right direction. I think this can help him build some more momentum.
Yeah. These are two guys that did wrestle last year. Yeah. And then like not wrestling in LA of all places, kind of like,
Yeah,
I
no,
kept
him
them
not being at
out.
WrestleMania was I think that was a terrible decision. LA Knight should have been on the card somewhere.
Yeah, but yeah, I think LA Knight does need this. LA Knight needs this more than AJ at the moment. Sadly, I do love AJ. AJ, needs I like AJ to it. I like LA Knight to it, but I think LA Knight needs this more than AJ does.
Yep, yep, I agree. And then now, this is a new match that was added recently too. We have Rey Mysterio versus and Dragon Lee versus Dominic and Santos, and I'm really excited for this. I think that
It'll be something
obviously
fun.
it's
Cool
Luchadors
luchador style.
versus
Yeah, I miss luchador style wrestling and Dragon and Ray against two other luchador like wrestlers like Santos and Dom. Yeah,
Dominic.
I think it would be really cool to see. Some classic tag team luchador wrestling.
I agree. Yeah, I'm excited. I think obviously Dragon Lee needs a big match like this to try to get him some momentum too, because obviously he had a singles run somewhat on SmackDown and he got sent back down to NXT. So I think that he definitely needs a big win like this, a big match like this, give him a chance for the fans to finally have a reason why to get behind him. Even though I would say I'd like for him to not be an LWO, but at the same time it's like he really needs something like that to get him going. And
Yeah,
obviously the group has a couple mouthpieces already. They have Zelina, they have Ray, and then they have all these guys that can help him with his flaws. And I think that overall, him and Ray, I mean, both high flyers, got all the crazy moves. Like you said, a crazy luchador. I think this is going to be a fast pace. I think it's going to be a quick match. I think it's going to be fast paced,
yeah,
energetic. I think it's going to be quick and fun, and I think it's going to be a good match overall. I would say.
yeah. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a really fun match.
And like I said earlier, I know the Judgment Day has their hands full because they have the six team ladder match for the tag team titles. And I don't know who do you feel is gonna come out of this, but
I
if I'm
think,
gonna predict, I think I'm gonna say Awesome Truth.
yeah, I think also too. But I think if there's any moment to split the titles, it'll be here at WrestleMania. But it could be Truth pulling down the title, and it's the Raw titles. And he's distracted. We won, but they didn't win because he got the Raw titles, and that's the to another team to climb up and pull the SmackDown titles. So do you want to split the titles? Stop being the undisputed tag team champions. I think this is about it. To do
I
so.
agree. I think titles need to get split. Think, like you said now, like what better time than now? I feel like obviously, like the titles were undisputed because of Vince McMahon at WrestleMania, 38 with Roman and Brock, there was the undisputed champion. Then the tag titles got unified as well. So I feel like that was a Vince thing. And I think now, obviously, hopefully, Triple H notices, like, hey, like, yeah, it's great that we have the tag titles, but it's like you have the one on this show, one on that show. It's like, I think they each need their separate tag titles because now we have a lot more tag teams. Got the Creed brothers coming up, got Pretty Deadly. You have um, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. I forget what their tag team is called off the top of my head, but they have a tag team now. Austin and Grayson Waller. So there's a lot of great tag teams now that are on the rise, and I think that them getting more exposure with the tag titles on both shows will definitely do more positive than negative. So I think that, yeah, like you said, I think if they don't get split there, I think that maybe on the
Right
Monday
before,
after,
after,
Monday after, I think
yeah,
maybe they'll split. Maybe Adam Pearce, Nick Aldis, be like, hey, let's just split the tag titles.
yeah.
Just you take yours back, we'll take ours back. I think that would definitely make a lot of sense.
I think it would. Yeah.
So I think that hopefully we'll get to see something.
Mm-hmm.
In general, I think overall, like I said, WrestleMania 40 is going to be
I
a
think
great
crazy.
show.
This year.
And just wanted to give you some time to talk about your closing thoughts about what we were talking about the other day with Bray Wyatt. I know we were pretty open about that stuff too.
Um, it's not more. Uh, yeah. Bray Linda Mutanda meant so damn much to me. Um, growing up, watching his NXT run with Brody also. Rest in peace to Brody, Luke, um, you know,
Mm-hmm.
Harper, and I see his debut attacking Kane, and yeah, finally winning the World Heavyweight title, Elimination Chamber. Um, I love the guy. I was doing wrestling, World Wrestling, Sister Abigail, the running cross body, that Santon thing they did. Anytime I could represent Bray when I was wrestling, I would do it. Um, he's not just as a wrestler, as a family guy, as a family man. Um, my heart goes out to JoJo and the kids. Goes out to Bo. Goes out to the whole Wyndham family.
Yeah, it's hard.
Braun and Eric as well. You know, like Redbeard or Eric Rowan, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, everybody they touched. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone they touched. He didn't get to wrestle last year. He was around last year, but we don't know how serious it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
When he was sick, we didn't know how serious it was. We just hoping he'll get better. And this sucks because they're in Philly. Um, he's not there. Not just not wrestling, just not there spiritually or not there physically, but spiritually he's there. Um, yeah, I remember getting out of work. I saw on TikTok, Rest in Peace Bay Riot. Like, what? He got released again? Or what's
I
going on?
know. I know. You texted me. I was like, "No way, this is true, bro." I'm like, it has to be
He
fake.
got released? Like, what the hell? Like, and then these messages, this Instagram posts. I see Triple H Hunter's X post, not losing Bay Riot. AEW
Yeah.
posted it. And this losing Terry Funk the day before as well.
Hmm.
Rest in peace to Terry Funk as well, but it hurts. I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to because I couldn't believe it. It was,
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, man. I feel you, and I remember, like you said, yeah, I remember you texting me like, "Hey, like Bray Wyatt passed away." I was like, "What?" I'm like, "Dude, no way! Like, it has to be fake." Like, you sent me the picture. It was like TMZ, like, "Oh, Bray Wyatt or Wyndham Rotunda, like, his passed." I was like, "No way!" And then you're like, "Yeah, dude, look, it's legit." I was like, I remember, yeah, I just got home from work and everything. It was, I feel like, yeah, I feel like it hurts. Obviously, like people come and go, and it's like, a lot of, wrestling. Like, yeah, it's a physical sport. It takes a lot to be able to be on the road, be away from your family, away from your friends, missing birthdays and holidays, and all this time. It's nonstop, right? There's no off season. There's no real break time for them to really do much, except for you know like certain like except when they're injured and stuff like that, right? So obviously, for him to have been away for those couple of years, and for him to finally get a chance to come back. And I remember, seeing his promo, how emotional it was. Like, oh, thank you so much. Like, and you can hear it in his voice. He's like, he was just so thankful to get another chance. And obviously, I feel like you and we were both excited for what was to come of his time back in the WWE. And I think it's just sad that obviously, outside of wrestling, it's like, just the person that he was, obviously nothing but good things heard about him from his peers and his family. It's like, yeah, he has the respect of everybody, fans, his peers, everybody. So I think that obviously it sucks that, he won't be at WrestleMania this year, but he will be remembered. And I think that I think it's great that he's getting a documentary on Peacock tomorrow, April 1st. He's getting his documentary on Peacock. So if you have Peacock, I'd recommend watching it. I'm gonna watch it too, even though it's going to be pretty sad to think about. But I think just obviously, like I tell everybody, just enjoy the people that you care about. Just enjoy the moment because you don't know how long it'll last. But just do the things that you love. Do the things you love. Obviously, like for me, I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I love God. It's like I do things for God. And I try to just live my life that He would want me to, and try to be and do right by Him. And I think that I feel like if you're able to work hard and do the things that you want to do, and try to achieve your dreams and go after your dreams, because you never know how much time you're gonna have. So just don't take
Yeah,
anything for granted, man. Just don't. Tell the people you love them. Call them, text them. Give them their flowers while they're here. It's like, why do we want to give flowers to to the dead? We should love them and appreciate them now while they're here. Give them a hug, kiss them, all those things. Just don't ever underappreciate and neglect those people. It's like, because obviously your family and the people you care about are gonna always be in your corner. You know, I think that I think that Bray obviously touched so many people. Obviously, as fans, just people that like to watch wrestling, man. We're just two guys, but it's everything that he's done for the company and just for wrestling in general. Thank you, Bray. I'm
thank you.
thankful that I got to experience that. So thank you, Bray. And I know we're ending the episode on a somber note, but I think overall WrestleMania 40 is going to be crazy.
Yes,
I really am excited. We're gonna watch night one together. Night two, maybe not, but overall, this is gonna be a great time. So obviously, get your Peacock subscription if you don't have it already. No ad, but obviously, it's on Peacock because
yeah,
we don't have
absolutely.
pay per view anymore. So just get your Peacock.
Yeah,
Get the one without ads if you want. I mean, I got that no ads because I can't stand the ads right now for Peacock. It'd be like every 10 minutes, bam, 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 bam,
yeah,
bam.
especially the live stream. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
but thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end, if you liked any part of it, if you want us to do another episode, leave your comments down below. Leave a like, subscribe. We're almost at 100 subscribers, so him and I both really appreciate it if you show love to the channel. Welcome to the JP with the L Club. And overall, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Peace,
catch you.
guys.
Peace.